98% crash. An expert says not to touch XRP. The two reasons why. We're going to XRP price at the end because I know a lot of you like touching it. Along with BTC, ETFs bringing in the billions. How much more can flow into
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
And there's your support above 50, keeping things alive. But before we get into the crypto news, your comments coming first. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Maybe I'll share it beginning of the next one. Comment down below. You never know who I'm going to pick and when I pick the comments from. Robert says, Coinbase is so shady. So getting hacked is hilarious, especially when a corrupt government gets hacked. You can't make this up. So essentially what happened was the government, remember, uses Coinbase to hold their crypto. They got hacked for like 20 million. Like, isn't that why you're using Coinbase? And then the hacker gave like 19 million of it back. But for real, you can't make that stuff up. Byron Lancaster says, I'm sure you understand why the crypto market dumped last night. Israel attacked Iran, then it didn't turn into a full war. We recovered most back. Watch tonight as Iran may return, and that will call another drop. The market is very sensitive to Middle East action. The market is very sensitive to macro news as well. To be honest with you, look for negative news to have the biggest impact on the market now leading up to election. And why negative? Because think anything positive that happens within the next couple weeks, people are going to be pointing to the election. But negative, they're talking about swinging votes. There's always some big like bombshell thing coming out that happens weeks before the election. Bitcoin's sitting at 67,178, while the ETH is at 2484, BNB at 586, while SOL 171, XRP 51.3, SWI 178, pulling back from that 225 we saw not too long ago. Caspa pulling back big as well, down 6% last 24 hours to 11.6 cents. All right, let's get into it. Ooh, stablecoin news. Now I'm bringing this up. Why? Because Ripple wants to do a stablecoin, RLUSD. They're in beta testing right now, and there's market share to be gained. Tether is going to be pushed out of the EU here pretty soon with MiCA. That leaves the door open for RLUSD. You know what else leaves the door open? Chi. Yeah, listen to this story. Scroll ecosystem stablecoin Chi. Suspected rug pulls. The price crashes 98%. Notably, the project is suspected of rugging its stablecoin. Wait, what? Yeah. Further, with millions in collateral removed from the project recently, crypto market participants are strongly anticipating it to be a rug pull. And if you look at the chart, the only thing that's hot when you see a slope like this is if you're going down a roller coaster and you're up on the top and guess what? You're just getting ready to go. That's what this is. Peg to the dollar. Girlfriend. It's at 1.4 cents. People got yanked on this. So again, stablecoins are about trust, okay? We've seen PayPal's PYUSD lose 40% of its market cap here in recent history. Yeah, it touched over $1 billion and pulled back like 600 million. So it's about trust. Ripple's launching a stablecoin. It's about trust. You kind of getting the theme here. So now Chi freaking out. Why? People pulled out a ton of collateral. Over $20 million was pulled out in terms of collateral. Yeah, and this just happened. That's why you hit the subscribe button, notification bell, because this is breaking news happening right now, baby. What else do I got for you? BTC ETFs are booming as BlackRock shatters records. Some juicy stats here because, yes, there is money in crypto. So if you're out there and you're like, yo, none of my stuff has hit yet, there's still money flowing, all right? And this is proof. Data from Bloomberg shows that of the 575 ETFs launched this year, all ETFs, not just crypto ETFs or BTC ETFs, all ETFs, 14 of the top 30 are either Bitcoin or Ethereum funds, with the top 4 of those 575 being owned by BTC ETFs. Think about that. That is a big shock to traditional finance out there that said crypto can't do anything. Now, I get it. The problem is, for most of us that love altcoins, BTC support means no support for us, and that's honestly true. But it also means that more players are getting into the market. And if they like BTC, maybe they want to get a little bit spicier and start playing with the alts in the future. The investment vehicles have been widely popular, attracting billions of dollars in the month's inflows. Last week, they collectively crossed the $20 billion mark, smashing expectations by taking 10 months to do what gold ETFs did for over 5 years. Pent up demand, but it's also a new demand as people are learning more. There's a lot more protection, a lot more disclosure in these ETFs or investment vehicles, and a lot of traditional money feels very confident with ETFs. So does this surprise me? Actually, yeah, I'm shocked the amount that it garnered, and I am actually glad. Now, do I wish some of the alts were feeling it more? Yeah, of course. Do I wish that maybe ETH would have pumped a little bit better on the ETF news? Yeah, because then it would have given more people out there that want to launch alt ETFs maybe a little bit more oomph. But here's how the story goes, okay? Look at the heat map. Bitcoin, really big. BTC ETFs, really big. ETH, big. ETH ETFs, nothing burger price-wise, right? If ETH would have had a little bit more oomph, a little bit more juice from the price action and volume from it, I think you would have seen more altcoins getting more ETFs. But the ETH thing really was a big nothing burger price-wise. But there's money out there. There is pent-up demand, and there's also new demand. All right, Brad's talking about IPOs. Look, the thing with IPOs, and he brought this up in a recent interview, and I want to share this with you. This is really good. Why Ripple isn't prioritizing an IPO? Well, obviously, one of the big factors has to do with who approves IPOs, everyone. That's right. If you've been watching for a while, you know the answer. It's the SEC. But what's the other reason why Brad doesn't want to go IPO? Because they got money. Garlinghouse explained that his decision is because of Ripple's robust financial position. Unlike many companies that pursue IPOs to secure additional funding, Ripple maintains sufficient capital reserves to support its operational needs and growth initiatives. So essentially what they're saying is, look, we've got enough money to do what we need to do, because once you go IPO and you start going public, it starts getting a little messy and you can't always do what you want to do. You have to bow down to the shareholders, where right now Ripple is like, yo, you need to bow down to us. Now, speaking of bowing down, expert pledges never to touch XRP again. Here's why. I wanted to share this with you because there's some messiness to this, okay? There's some messiness. And I think, honestly, there's some bullshit and shenanigans, chicanery and skullduggery and all sorts of, like, just crap. Just listen to this. Remember, I bring both sides of the aisle so everyone gets an idea, right? Both sides of perspective. Okay, here we go. Prominent crypto expert, Elite Crypto, highlighted two primary reasons why they are no longer interested in XRP. First, the expert fumed at XRP's performance, likening it to a stablecoin due to its stagnant price movement over the last 2 years. Totally understand that. I don't think any of us here could disagree with that. The last 2 years, have they been stablecoin? No. But you've been seeing the floor increase over time from 30 cent, 40 cent to 50 cent. And that floor support just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So that's the first one. I understand that. If anyone right now is happy with XRP's price action, you got a problem. Because this is not good. You should not be happy with this. This is bad. But I get it, right? Because there was a lot of hype. And that's kind of the thing. So this expert here, I'm sitting here, and I say expert within quotes, air quotes, thank you very much. When they're sitting here and they're going, well, XRP price action, do you think maybe part of the problem was all that hopium pumped out there? And that's not Ripple's fault. That's not XRP's fault. That's a lot of these influencers' BS fault with all their bullshit claims, right? So point number one, kind of debunked, but I understand it, right? I think we all understand piss poor performance, but I think we all understand too that you got to keep your expectations in line. The second one is total bullshit, okay? And again, I'm bringing this up to show you both sides of the aisle, both sides of the story, okay? So you can see exactly what we're dealing with without any bias. Second, Elite Crypto mentioned Ripple's co-founders Chris Larsen donating $10 million worth of XRP to the Kamala Harris presidential campaign. He didn't donate it to the campaign. He donated it to a super PAC that supports the campaign, okay? Because CamCam is not taking crypto directly, so if you want to give crypto to CamCam, you have to give it to a super PAC. The super PAC then gives it to her. Yeah, it's like money laundering, isn't it? Oh, CamCam, come on now. I'm just kidding. So anyways, as a campaign, another reason for the lost interest in the coin. The expert emphasized that they are bullish on former President Donald Trump and bearish on XRP. The problem I have here is who cares who Chris Larsen wants to support? And I get it. It's not a good look for XRP. None of us can really argue that point. It's not a good look for XRP. But it's also like what you do like with your personal stuff is what you do with your personal stuff. And voting is very personal. So again, an expert right now upset because of stagnant price action. Well, maybe your expectations were too high. If you've been watching this channel, your expectations should be pretty in line with what's going on. That's how we do it here. There's no hopium here. There's no wine ya dine ya 69 ya give you old reachy roundy. No, I give it to you straight, raw. I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. A little ODB for you. And then the second one being that Chris Larson donated to CamCam. So what? I mean, we all have different priorities for why we vote, right? Maybe it's women's reproductive needs. Maybe it's financial. Maybe it's border security. Maybe it's inflation concerns. Maybe it's monetary stuff. We all have our priorities. So let Chris have his priorities and have that not be a reason for you to stay away from XRP, because it makes no sense. Because look at this last statement right here. All right. The expert emphasized that they are bullish on former President Trump and bearish on XRP. Well, if Trump is bullish for crypto, wouldn't that be bullish for XRP? Like, it's like, have your cake and eat it too. It's just that kind of stuff bothers me. So I just thought I would share that with you. XRP price. Well, let's zoom in, because what did I tell you we're going to get? You were going to get support north of 50, and we did. We touched just below that 4 to non-FOV action, right? We saw what happened right there. Bounced right back up above 50. Volume, still juicy. When volume is juicy, what happens? People want to launch products regarding you, regarding ETFs and the pent-up demand. That's why I'm bringing it up. There's 2 companies right now that have XRP ETFs that are filed. There is a pent-up demand, and there is a new demand that's created by this. Now, the pent-up demand goes exactly with what we've seen with BTC ETFs. A lot of institutional players don't want to own native currency. They just don't want to own native token. End of story. They don't. Maybe the protections, disclosures aren't there. You get my point. But they want to get into the ETFs, as like I showed you in the first story, where the ETFs regarding crypto this year blew the doors off of gold in the first 5 years. Yeah, that's huge. Institutional pent-up demand. Maybe that's what these players are waiting for in regards to XRP. They want to get into the XRP ETF action. Would that help out XRP itself? Yeah, of course it would. XRP on the trust news did a little pumperino, and that was just for the trust, not even the conversion of the ETF. Would it be big, big, big money? Well, I don't know. We got to be realistic, right? Because ETH didn't really pump that big on it. The SOL ETF talks have really shrunken down quite a bit. BTC has garnered a lot of juicy action on ETFs. So see what I'm saying? We got a mixed reaction here. We got mixed results between the ETFs out there. So expectation-wise, I look at it like this. XRP ETF, honestly bullish for XRP. To the moon bullish? No. But it's bullish nonetheless. I think that's good news. XRP in terms of passing on it because of Chris Larson donating to CamCam? No. Who really cares what people do with their money? I mean, like, do you care what I do with my money? Like if I buy Lucky Charms or Captain Crunch? Not such an easy choice now, is it? Lucky Charms or Captain Crunch? And that's my point to this, is let people have their private lives and let's keep focused on the numbers, because that's what really matters. And right now the numbers are telling us we've got support north of 50 cents. Ceiling resistance has been that 56-cent mark. Hopefully the Middle East stays nice and quiet, because yes, we're paying attention to that, because yes, the Middle East causes problems, but so do some of these macroeconomic problems that pop up here. Oh, and so does the crypto vote, the crypto election. Yeah, the more the Republicans look to be winning the elections, the more crypto can move as well. So we've got a lot of factors tugging on the market. Tugging on XRP? Yeah, tugging on it as well. Not in the best way, though, because we've seen corrections when it comes to Middle East drama. So now what? And that's honestly the big question, isn't it? And so now what is this? You've got players on both sides of the spectrum putting money to the sides. Why? Because if this side wins, this side's unhappy. If this side wins, this side's unhappy. And they both got money, and they're both looking at this election going, ooh, this is a bit too close to call. So let's start parking some money over here and then seeing which way the election goes, so then we can play our trades appropriately. So there's going to be money building up on the sideline, and that week of the election, along with the Fed interest rate cut, that is going to be huge, because Canada just dropped 50 basis points, showing the U.S., look, my guys down south. I'm pointing to my junk down there because, the guys down south. I'm like, look, you guys down south, we just dropped it at 50. You can drop it at 50. 50 cents. No, I'm just kidding. Just 50. Now, in terms of XRP sticking around 50, yeah, it's frustrating. It really is. Is it a reason to ditch XRP? It depends on what your expectations are. It depends on what your appetite for risk is. And it also depends on if you've been able to play other things in the market and what percentage of your holdings XRP is. If XRP only represents, say, 5%, right? you're not really too worried because maybe you hit it on some SWI. Maybe you hit it on some ton on some BTC and other stuff. So you're like, hey, I'm cool with that. But if your XRP holdings are big and like proportionally big, like 50, 75, 90, 100% of your holdings are XRP, you're sitting here going, this isn't good because it hasn't been juicy performance. But the expectation should be in line by now where we're sitting here going, yo, we got the case, we've got inflation, we've got regulatory agencies that aren't too friendly with XRP and Ripple, and you got just a sheer lack of new updated regs as it stands. We also got rug pulls from stablecoins, and stablecoins are about trust, and Ripple's launching a stablecoin. And the market trusting Ripple, well, we're going to be able to track that because we'll be able to see the market cap and see how much they trust Ripple. Will that help out XRP? I sure hope so, because it'd be nice to report on more juicy good news. What am I doing next? Choo-choo, bitches.